The news that President Biden has stage 4 prostate cancer, which has spread to his bones, is a sad moment for the country, and we here at the editorial page of the Wall Street Journal wish him and his family the best for treatment and prognosis. The announcement coincided with the release of a new book titled Original Sin: President Biden's Decline, Its Cover-Up, and His Disastrous Choice to Run Again, by authors Jake Tapper of CNN and Alex Thompson of Axios. And while the timing couldn't be worse given what the former president is going through right now, it's important for future's sake to record just how much damage the Bidens and their media and Democratic collaborators did in denying the American people a better presidential choice in 2024. Now, most Americans are likely looking at the title of the new book and thinking, now they tell us. Not least because the standout anecdote is supposedly that Mr. Biden didn't recognise George Clooney at this fundraiser co-hosted by the famous actor, where Mr. Biden was led off stage by Barack Obama. At the time, Mr. Biden had been travelling a lot and likely had jet lag, but Americans could see long before then that there was a problem.
10, 12, 15, oops, stepping on him.
He often stumbled,
it's black.
or fell. He often couldn't remember names.
Under the leadership of mayors like, our mayor here.
Then one man in the Democratic Party, Dean Phillips, stepped up.
I am running for the Democratic nomination for President of the United States because, my friends, it is time for a change.
The Minnesota congressman ran for the nomination, saying openly that Mr. Biden couldn't win re-election, even against Mr. Trump, and wasn't up to serving another 4 years. He also said that he would gladly drop out if more prominent Democrats entered the race.
He was the right man in the last election, but that's not what the numbers are saying now. There is an exhausted majority in America that wants neither of these candidates.
The Democrats then had another opportunity to speak up when Special Counsel Robert Hur published his report on Mr. Biden's handling of classified information in February 2024. Mr. Hur essentially said that while Mr. Biden had broken the law, he couldn't be fairly tried because a jury would conclude that he was simply a forgetful old man. The response from Democrats:
You are a Republican, though, aren't you?
I am a registered Republican.
Yes, sir. And you're doing everything you can do to get President Trump reelected so that you can get appointed as a federal judge or perhaps to another position in the Department of Justice. Isn't that correct?
Congressman, I have no such aspirations, I can assure you, and I can tell you that partisan politics had no place whatsoever in my work.
Now we learn, with the release of the audio of Mr. Hur's interview, that the special counsel was, if anything, too kind about the president's memory and rambling.
Trump gets elected in November of 2017? 2016. All right. So, why do I have 2017 here?
That's when you left office, January of 2017.
Okay.
Both Dean Phillips and Robert Hur are owed a big apology. It was in 2020 that Mr. Biden vowed to be a transitional president.
I view myself as a bridge, not as anything else. There's an entire generation of leaders you saw stand behind me.
Yet somehow Mr. Biden convinced himself that only he was capable of defeating Donald Trump. Some of that blame surely goes to the Biden family, and especially Jill Biden. She, more than anyone, would have seen his decline firsthand.
Just sit, don't move.
Yet Democrats say that the First Lady was more determined than anyone that her husband run again.
Dr. Biden thinks that, my wife thinks that we're doing something very important.
Indeed, the closer to the inner Biden circle that Democrats were, the more they share responsibility.
Would the party have been better off if he had just not run for re-election?
Maybe, and right now, with the benefit of hindsight, I think most people would agree that that's the case.
In 2020, it was Jim Clyburn who helped Joe Biden win the South Carolina primary.
I'm voting for Joe Biden. South Carolinians should be voting for Joe Biden.
He then rigged the timing of South Carolina's primary in 2024 to make it the first state to vote. This reduced the chance for a New Hampshire upset that might have encouraged more challengers. Dean Phillips still won 19.7% of the vote, and various write-ins won 8.3%, a warning that Democrats were headed for trouble. The problem was that whenever someone dared to suggest that Mr. Biden wasn't up to the job, a Praetorian media guard assembled to deny it. One example worth citing is co-author of the new book, Jake Tapper, who's the focus of a supercut by Grabian, of the CNN host casting doubt on those questioning Mr. Biden's mental fitness.
Quote, behind closed doors, Biden shows signs of slipping, unquote. The Wall Street Journal is owned by News Corp, which is run by the Murdochs.
Look,
It wasn't until Mr. Biden's poor showing in the debate that elite Democrats stepped in.
The Democrats have been involved in a big cover-up here. They've been trying to prevent the people from seeing what all of us in close proximity have seen.
Well, calling it a cover-up, it's pretty strong words. Are you suggesting that there's something that needs to be investigated in a serious way?
The cover-up of Mr. Biden's mental decline will go down as one of the great scandals of modern politics. By refusing to admit what voters could so clearly see, Democrats denied their party an open primary. Once Mr. Biden imploded, they handed Kamala Harris the nomination without debate.
we need Kamala Harris, the president of Georgia.
Had Mr. Biden bowed out in 2023, Republicans might also have been more open to nominees other than Mr. Trump. Instead, Democrats turned to lawfare in an attempt to disqualify Mr. Trump, which solidified his hold on GOP voters. Democrats and the media are now appalled by a second Trump term that was only made possible by themselves.